All right, it's Friday, August 21st, and it is it for the week in the market. Let's take a look at the runners today, top runners. It was a really good day for some nice longs here. Man, my computer just froze. All right, let's take a look at right now. We're at HARP, HARP, Harpoon Therapeutics. Let me take a look here. Harpoon Therapeutics reports second quarter results. That was August 5th. Is there any other news here? That was on FinViz. HARP calls 1.2 ratio, 1.2 calls to 1 put, focus on August 15 calls. Shares rise 29%. So anyway, this movement, it didn't move pre-market. There's no real movement here. See this? This is a 3-minute. But this is a classic long chart you want to see. So, right here down, 1225 line. Let it make a move. Its first move right here. Right here is 1275. See this? Your first candle. Like maybe something's up here. Watch, see what it does. Came back down. Okay. Nothing. Down to 1225 line. Started to go up slightly. The volume here, though, wasn't that great. It was just minimal volume. I mean, you can play this, and if it doesn't really show the volume, you got to be careful there. Then it start to move. See, this moved without volume. 23,000. 23 came up. 1325 line came back 13. Then with the 1425 line came back down. Look at these dips. And then finally, crashed pretty hard at 1 and then bounced again. So this is on the 5-minute. That is 1250. Look at it. And look at that cross right here. And it came up. This is today's open line. Up, down, up. And look at the 13 EMA. Classic over the 20 EMA. So this was a buy the whole time, unless you're using the 1-2 minute, maybe shorten this little drop. This was a great long. And I'm looking here, made it as high as 1666. So, someone just wrote, I'm looking, I don't see any news, someone wrote. So that's even sketchy. If there's no news, this went up on no news this big. I mean, if you caught it down here, that's great. I mean, if it could have dumped here, no news, I mean, that's a risk you take. So let's say you're 1250 and, you're playing whatever your line is, but that goes with anything. But this didn't have a sketchy. This wasn't like BDR. Remember BDR made a quick run up. This was like slow grind up, and the volume was low, but it didn't seem to matter. Then it really picked up later. So this was a strange move if there was no news. And here's your move here. 13 EMA again right here. Up, little dip on the 10-minute. 10 minutes even better right here. Look at this, 1250. That's 1350. And look at the 13 EMA separating from the 20 EMA the whole time. Look at the separation. And then we went down to 1450. So always get a higher time frame. Go to your 10, even 15-minute, and you won't be stopped out. Because look at the 15. Once you're in here somewhere, look at this. There's no sell. This isn't even close. Wait for it to at least come down and show like here, and then start to move here. So this had a float 22.33 million on FinViz, 14 million on Trade Ideas. So, somewhere in between there. So this is a great long. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily move back in June. Look at that, and then came back down. Today was great volume, 7.6 billion. This doesn't do close to that. So it was a stranger move, sort of came out of nowhere, but that's what we want to see is longs. If you're looking long, I like to trade long mostly. All right, BPTH. This was a classic from before. It had a reverse split 2018, 2019. Remember this back in March? It went all the way as high as like 70 something. 73, came back down. 6.1 million today. Now look at this drop. Sort of weird. Went back to 4 and they just exploded it up today with there's a nice move here. Look at this, 425, got into 540 range, came back down. 450. Now we're going back and forth between 450, a little bit slightly lower, and then bounced up again like a double top. So this wasn't a bad long either. Was there news in this? I don't see it on this. 3.6 million in float, 3.49 on trade ideas. And see this in the 5-minute right here. You know, watch. Give it a few candles right here. You're seeing, okay, something's up here then. The volume was 100,000. It's not bad. And then, you know, here's your line. This is a big 25-cent line, which I would play. And I'll play this line as quarter line, and it took off. 3-minute. So this 425. They came crashing down. So this was a nice long. Another. Let me look and trade ideas. Was there news? Was there news? Price of biopath just hit for the buy. I don't see nothing here. I don't know. To look deeper. All right, PIXY. All right, here's PIXY's daily chart. Reverse split back in December. Huge spike, then dropped all the way down. Spiked again, sideways. Spiked up back in May, June. Today, 135 million. Now this little drop, little waterfall. So when you see a waterfall, eventually you'll get a huge pop up, and that's what it did today. And this is a float, 3.22, 16.2 on trade ideas. So someone's off there. I think it might be low, pretty low. So in this pre-market, this news came out. Shift PIXY announces corporate relocation to Miami. You know, this came out in the morning. So there's your line. You know, lower volume in the morning. So the first thing you do, either you're going to let it make a move here. As soon as this came, then draw a trend line. You can even draw one this way, you know, your high day. And move down, move up. Then once you start seeing this here, and then if this broke the trend line, fine, but then it didn't happen. So I have a line below. So the line was basically just over 425 to 375. And what do you see here when you see a line here? This is a descending triangle. So the high keeps getting lower, lower, but the low is holding. And then this started to bounce up right here on the let me get a 3-minute. See the 3-minute right here, this candle, then this candle. So, I mean, your plays here, 4, maybe even here like 415, go half, you got 425. They were nice moves to get in on. And on the 5-minute right here, yeah, your 4 line. As soon as you see this, and see the thing on here too is the tighter the triangle. See it? Once it's this tight, it's going to probably break out or break down even. So you don't want to buy it up here. It's at least 1, 2, it's usually 3, most of the time 3 to 4 touches. So here, and you can put out your order right here at 4. And if it doesn't hit, you know, it goes down, that's fine. You know, that's how you got to play it. Or you can play it if you want to play it below, right on the line, the trend line here, 375. So this took off anyway. And on the 5-minute, see candle shooting up. Yeah, once you saw this wick came back to 425. Look how that held and shot right up. That's a sign of a bullish move right here. And then we went up to 6 and tested it. Then we see this candle start to fade again. You haven't really had that. That's why when you see these 2 candles, it's a sign to get out. Because this didn't do this along the way. This did. It started to come down again. And from here to here, the length of your screen, the length of the move, that's a sign right here. Now this did put in, you know, right here, there's a little bounce here. There's a fake. You have to get out. Again, a little fake. Eventually, just draw your line wherever you're at. So these connect. You want all these to connect right here. So here, really, it's like down to here. You know, once it's got to 425, 450, start to take off. That was a nice long yen. That was a short with these ray candles. So yeah, this was good from pre-market. Yeah, this move, then midday, and then see the volume dropped off too. That's more of consolidation, unless if it just keeps going this way, then it's a fade. But this really bounced, so this was a nice long. All right, VEL, another long. A lot of these didn't have great volume, but you know, you don't really need big share sizes and stops for 450. So this went up 425, over to 550, and then we came back. So right here, you had to move over 5, came back again. So this was a really good long too. 1.6 million in volume. Not great volume, but so that was on Bell. GSUN, nothing here. Pretty choppy. AUIPT, and this is a classic. This move was at way early pre-market, 4 a.m. Shot way up. And then see, here's the chase. It moved way early pre-market. That's the move. And then it's coming down. You're like, is it going to break? Come back up. Tried here. Total fake out. They cut a lot of longs on this, trend line break. This wedge down. But once this goes up here, even if you got it maybe here for the break, you still got time to get out. And this faded down and went below. So BKE, not much here, and then start to, you see this consolidation 1850, 19, and then it shot up really fast to 2050, and then it was a fader. So quick move there. CLPS 24, not great volume. PIOC, this is a really good long. This is a recent PIGC, excuse me. Right here, look at this. And then this big candle here, recent IPO, so not much to go on. Look at the 5 minute. This is a nice red to green, huge red candle. Okay, what's it gonna do? Keep going down, down. Down support rate at 65, and starts to come up. Need a 3 minute. Look at that, sideways, sideways. Look at this start to come up. So this is a total U pattern. See, there's a U, almost like a cup and handle. A lot of these don't have handles. They won't do this and come out. They'll just come here, U, and there it is. Play your 66 line. If it works, it works. If not, your stop's probably 65. You can do 65.50, depending how you want to play it. And then they shot up. Nice ascending triangle here, 70, and then it kept going again. A nice little move here, 73 to 76. This is a really good long. MTP. This is another short. Look at this. See, this is the move like you want to see during the day, like starts to move here and come up. Look at this. The move's like pre-market, so they're battling pre-market on this, and then it moves up, and then double top, then came down. So the move's already happened. If you shift the screen over, it's just the move happened pre-market. So Boozy, late move there. SGRP, not much volume. MTP. What do we just about this? Sorry, HHT, MOGU, CATB. These aren't a lot of volume, but they're plays here. Jen had to move right here, depth over 650, not bad, and got to 8. And you know why this 8 line's important? Look at the chart right here. This has been 2 to 8 since 2016. Look at the spikes. Try to get through 8. 8. Look at this trying to get through 8. How many times? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it came back. Is it eventually going to break? I think so. Something's going to happen. So this, how this chart runs. They all have their own personality. CYRX over 3650 to 40. Not a bad long. OSUR, this is a really nice long here. Not much to go on. Some of these stocks, great volume. It doesn't matter. What's the volume on here? I mean, 57,000. It's enough to get in. You're not going huge size, so and we're not like institutions. 1375, climbs 1475. That's a nice gain. And this, I talked about this way back in June. I said this is going to break. This is sort of like a falling wedge. It's straight down for like 2 weeks, almost a month, then it started to break out. Now, I don't know, on these falling wedges or channels and broke out, you don't know where it's going to go, but look how it took off. This went over the previous high. And then it had a gap down, and then it's at 13. And then look at it today. So you have this big gap above, well oversold still. So this has really potential too. This is a really good, really solid move. MOBL, nothing much here. SHLL. I said the move here 20, hovered around 26, still going. This has been an extremely strong long. Pre-market got over 28. Look at this wick, right to 30.50. Not bad there. UYPT. This is another look at this. Shot up way early, came down. And then we talk about this. Losing my mind here, losing track. Let me refresh this here. FLDN, not bad, over 8 to 9. They went sideways. RKT. 24. See, this is when even hit earlier. When these moves happen like 9, 10, 11, these are the biggest, moves in the market, the most volatile action. So 24 to start to grind up. There it is. And then, candle. These are all fakes, though. When your 13 EMA is that strong over 20, it's a fake. When you see this, a high wick, look for something in this, then you know something's possibly up. Look at that daily chart. Crazy runner, man. All right, UAVS. $35, below 265. All right, that was that chart. PGen, 575, 650, then came back down. That's not a bad long. Sort of broke out on the daily. GME, GameStop, right over 470. Here's your little high a day. And this is really nice. When you see this, look at this one up. And then you're like, okay, what's going to do? See the support here again. Look at your 20 EMA, 13 EMA, hugged right there. For what's that? 73, started to come up, 480, and just broke up. Now on this, it's like 1, 2. Usually this will take more, but I mean, you're playing this. You have support here. You got to play this. Let me put this here. You got to play this like 475 line. Play the 480 line. You have that, 470 stop. This is a really strong wall. CRDF. BLDP. This is climbing up. Look at long today. REBG. Not much volume. APRN. LRCT. Kurt. AVTR. This is nice. 2125. 2175. MRNS. ARLO. Quick pop. Momentum. Here's nail over 51 to 54. And the daily on this. This was like a rising wedge. I had this down here like this, and it broke out. It's a really strange pattern. So, apparently it's not a rising wedge. You're just pushing this higher. Really staying up. Look how long it's staying up on the daily. QFIN. What else do we got here? Okay, that's pretty good. So again, today was all longs. Really penny stocks leading. AX, let me see something. AXAS. This is moving. Penny stock after hours. HJLI, HARP's a little bit higher. PIXY+25, all penny stocks, like 1, 3, 5, 4, 7. You had a few stocks. Down was 30, 19, 75, 21, 30, but a lot of penny stocks. So, you know, May, June, July, August, almost in September, and they've been leading the way. There's nothing else really coming close. These plays have been really strong. Let me look at some swing ideas. Defend. This is defend. It's like I said, you can spot these ETFs. They played a line. Look at this here at 11. They came up, almost touched. This one didn't get below, then went straight up. This is in this channel down again now. Look at your 1320 EMA straight down. So I'm assuming this is going to go 11. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, come down and test that again. This is like another trend line test. 4 hour. 4 hours at a 287. Come on, you can't get lower than that. You can get like minus. This is way oversold again. This looks like a flag almost. Because on a flag, you have your move up, going back and forth, and it's going to break out. So 2 hour, it's down here. It's still going down. So, I mean, there's your trend line, 11, I would assume. So that's on defense, waiting for that. So I went to daily, I want this to go down below 2010, and it's going to be a nice buy. IBIO, thought this could be a good swing, and this is getting crushed. Look at this, all the way down. I don't know where it's going to land at this point. So, yeah, no movement yet on this. PHC, this is another one too, 17. They're really hammering this at 239 stochastics. Yeah, once it's starting to break, see this level here, you're 17. It's no buy yet. You gotta wait for a signal at this point. You gotta wait for something to come up here. I mean, you can sit on it, but it could go lower. So there's nothing there right now. Space. This is still going too. Very oversold. All these red candles. No bounce yet. KTR. Sideways movement. Held 19 a little bit, 1, 2 times. Maybe next week something happens. FE. Really oversold. Excuse me. Look at this going down here. It's at a 987. And the 4 hours at, look at this flat line at 11. So, I mean, this could pop any day too. It's almost like a waterfall down. Look at all these red candles. Yeah, 3, 6, 9 on FE. Sono, nothing much doing. Made a little move. SPN. This is a nicer move. Oversold. 19 to 21. So this is looking a little better on the 4 hour. Sort of in this channel here. 4 hour looks good. Today was a nice move on it. You know, this doesn't do great buying. Choppy. So it's hard to get in early. SPN, INO. Still going sideways. Didn't really break up. Thought it could. Glue. Look at this. Green, red, green, red. This is a typical move. 4 hour. This might come back down to the trend line. You seem to do this now, do this, and grind for a while. Neck was disappointing. You just move up, and then as soon as you saw this, and then I don't know what this is doing now. Really crazy move. That was just one big candle. Killing these, if they don't work, immediately get out. OCFT. Look at this. Every time the stochastics, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it touched, and it keeps dropping down. Well, let's do it again or break up next week. Well, today was a good candle, so no volume though today. There's no volume at all. VE. This wasn't bad. Made a nice little run. See, this is what you wanted to do this, come back and shoot up. This is a great swing. 5 minute again. Put in a nice move today. 1650. Just came back to 1657, so it's in between. Do you go high or low? And this one higher. It looks like it's a little bit lower in the middle here, so you probably want this line. It would have worked. That 1650 line will look to 1775. That wasn't bad long today if you caught it. So that's on that. All right, let's take a look at the SPY. SPY still in this massive wedge. We're still running very high. 4 hour. Came back down. Then shot back up 2 hour. Came back up to the hour. Now running extremely high. It's like a cross now. Got an indecision here. SPY, DJI. Yeah, trend line. Then it came back. See this 13 May caught it, came back up. So I mean that's looking bullish. NASDAQ. NASDAQ's in a straight line up. Look at this here. Look at this back and forth. Extremely bullish. All right, the VIX. Yeah, the VIX right now had that little move up. It's holding 22. It's trying to come up a little bit. You see that? Maybe something brewing here. UVXY. That's the 4 hour, the daily. Yeah, tried to come up. It's holding here. Very oversold. Still say we break out. Something's going to happen. We should break out. So that's on that. From a runner's GVO, there's your typical inside day. See lower volume. Might get it come back up next week. LNPX. Lower volume today. And then TA. That's nothing there. Kirk. Look at this Kirk chart. Shot up. And if you put 500,000 shares, it's an awesome game. What else we got here? Meso. Yeah, the volume just drops off a lot of these stocks. So that is it for that. So, once again, the leaders here. There's HARP. That's a great day for longs and HARP. Not great volume, but that's why every day is different. You don't know how these patterns are going to happen. This could have just did this and fade it. You take your shot early if you get in one of these. And yeah, that's what you're playing on. Because in the market too, in the morning, everyone's looking for something to trade. You're going to look at the top movers, your top 5 movers. So when this came down and sort of, you saw that support here at the 20 EMA, which is about 1220. Then you start to come up. That's when you take your shot. You can buy the breakout or buy the dip, and then see what it does. Then it starts moving up. This is a classic dip again. So, and PIXY had the news, then pre-market. You start to come up here on your 3. So you need to start this. See this one above this candle here, and this candle was like 8,000. And these candles, were lower, a little bit lower. This isn't 8,000 is not a lot, but when you see this, keeps doing this, you can take your shot to it for the 4 line, because in this, it's higher, lower, lower. So you just get shot down. You keep getting shot down. But the one thing you notice, see the low? The low's holding at 375. You never went below that. So you know you have support there. So yeah, you can see these things develop. That's why you let it develop too, like here, here. Let it form at least a pattern, like here. And then it came back again. See, when you're just here, like you don't have really a pattern. Then it came down. Let it form. And this is early too, so that's even better. Like 6 hand. It's starting below, not up here. And then, you know, your 375 line, and it sort of takes off here. Even on a 2 minute, which I don't really like to use. See this start to come up, and right here. So you have your 4 line, your 425 line, on the 5 minute. 5 minute here, see that shot down, came all the way back in your 425 line. On the 10 minute, see the 10 minute here, see this candle, down, down, then you got to hold 381 really, then it started to break up. So that's why you play your 4 line here, it works out well, the way this pattern developed. So you gotta notice these little things. That's why I don't jump in just on momentum, like, oh, I'm jumping in here. You gotta wait for pattern, especially pre-market, let something happen. So, you know, there it is. And then once this gets later, you know, you're seeing it's not breaking up, draw your line, you can make the line. And see on this, once it starts breaking, I mean, that's what you want right here. You're playing these lines, and as soon as you get this 13 above the 20, between, of course, you're like 9 and 11, that's the most explosive time. That's when they're going to make moves. That's why, you know, you're betting on more to figure this is going to go up like this on the move, because that's when they explode up. That's when all these moves explode up. They're not going to do it here. I mean, they do, and they did. Let's see this here, but I mean, this is the most important time for this move to happen. So, like on the fader, where's the faders at? Where's the faders today? Like MTP, see MTP? This move is starting to grind up here early for market, and it started just to go. It's going, then sort of hit here, and starting to fade, and starting to fade. So, you know, this move was back here, and then it started to fade down. So it's like the reverse of that. Explosive move was down. So you just pick these things up when looking at these charts over and over, and you'll notice this. All right, that's it. I'm rambling on. Please subscribe to the channel and like, and we're out for now. Peace.